Hi. So today's card is called the Great Severing, and I've only just been using these starseed cards, so it's very interesting the sort of messages that seem to pop in your head when you use them. So this is linked to Mars energy, and it'd be interesting to see what the guides have to say on it. Yes, we would like to start to inform you that the disconnection from the heavy anger is now underway. Many of you will see in the world that there are a lot of disruptions, a lot of flare ups, a lot of people starting to protest that they want to be free, they want to be able to make their own decisions, they want to start to be their own people. And what we must say is this is all a part of the ascension process. It is the not pretty side of the ascension process that many people do not like to talk about, but we hope that we can give you a little bit of insight on. Because what you're seeing in the outside world is the energy that is being removed at this time. And as with many physical worlds, you have to allow it to play out in that physical world. And that is why a lot of people who are classed as light workers and light warriors are now being asked to send healing energy into the collective consciousness of the world, of humanity, so that this anger and fear can be processed and changed into not just unconditional love, but also a heart centered energy, a community energy, a supportive energy, so that the individual is a part of the community, a part of the whole, a part of the support system, rather than being the person who is, for fine a way to say it, all out for themselves. That the energy is now shifting so that that energy is no longer viable. That survival energy is no longer viable. That I have to do this and I don't care about anyone else. Because as humanity moves forward, you will understand that as a group, you need to survive because the planet is changing, the beings upon it who are part of the planet are changing, and humanity needs to realize that they need to start working with the planet, working with the beings upon the planet, helping to save the planet, should we call it, the planet. We should say it doesn't need saving, it needs help with this recalibration. It needs help to be supported so that it can heal itself. It needs help in rejuvenating. It needs less stress on its system. We must treat the earth as if it's a living person, which it is, but in your minds you just see it as a patch of land that is there to serve you. And in reality, you are the caretakers of this planet. You are the ones who are helping this planet to be vibrant and healthy. And as been told you many times, if you do not look after the planet, then you suffer. Because if you then decide, we will use this man made thing and this man made thing, and remember the words man made, human made, it is not natural. It is not the natural process of nature. It is not the things that work with your body and keep your body healthy. It is stuff that is out of sync with your natural system, your natural physical system. And again, many of you being told, is that you start to look after your body properly, you start to eat properly, you start to take care of yourself properly. And it's not just about eating and sleeping, it's also about the emotions that you allow yourself to feel. Because if you do not process those emotions, they will remain stagnant and build up until finally there's an explosion and the people around you will not want to be around you. And there the separation starts. And this is why we must tell you that when we talk about separation, it is separation from these energies, these emotions, this anger that you are feeling in your body, this anger that you are trying to process. But because you have not got the skills, you do not understand how to, how should we say, process these energy in a healthy way. So we would ask any of you who are feeling these emotions, ask for help. Ask for help in processing these emotions, because once you start to process these emotions, once you start to look at the dark part of yourself, you can then balance and integrate yourself and be a whole person rather than the shattered selves you have become, because you are avoiding doing the work on yourself, avoiding taking that step into wholeness, avoiding becoming that wonderful person that we of the angelic realm know that you are, and that the divine sees you as. That because you have covered yourself in layers upon layers of darkness and unhappiness at the way the world is, the way people are treating you, is you are not seeing that wonderful divine spark within you, that wonderful piece of yourself that is piece of the divine, perfect, whole, vibrant and shining. Instead, you've covered it like with a blanket or even a giant rock of emotion. So we ask you to start to chip away, pull away these layers so that you can start to get back to that beautiful spark of vibrant light that we are seeing all the time within you, but you do not allow to come out because you are conditioned to live in a world that at this time is breaking free of not caring for the individual or caring for the community. And so we ask you to start to make the changes, start to care for yourself, start to see yourselves as a wonderful, beautiful being. See it as the divine sees you. You are wonderful just the way you are, but we'd like you to work on yourself to change. Because the more you change, the more you raise your vibration, the more you become a bigger and bigger light of the divine, the better things become. You notice that you receive more love as you send out more love. And some people will react to you, but we ask you to remember that you were the same. You were that person who was closed down and couldn't stand the light of another person. So be patient. Baby steps, work on yourself, and then you can help others to take the steps that you did. But we would say, take it slowly with everyone. If you do not wish to hear what you have to say, just step back and just allow them to be, because you need to make sure that you are ready before you move into helping others. You need to know that you are starting to change and are able to help others to change, to become in a similar vibration, a similar feeling as you are. I won't say mindset, because sometimes the mind is often programmed a certain way and brings thoughts back up that are, shall we say, not in line with your heart. And so we will close with, know that the severing is happening, the severing of these connections to energies that are holding you and this planet back. And that now, as this severing happens, the shock to humanity will cause society to play up and, as you would call it, kick off. And so you must help by sending energy to help them release and balance their energy, help them to start to allow that unconditional love to come into their lives so that they can see that spark within them rather than get angry and feed the darkness that has been coming up to be healed. So we will leave you there. I wasn't expecting it to go that way. So remember the great severing, cutting away things that no longer serve us, cutting away the heavy energy that we really need to let go of. that we've been holding on to for far too long. So, goodbye.